Please remember that all the opinions in the show are those of the host and should only be taken as food for thought. We're in no way telling you to do anything. Everything is kept anonymous for the safety of the listeners and no information is shared to anyone else. If you are easily offended by people's opinions or views, then thank you for making it this far, but this is not the podcast for you, so see you later. And please enjoy the rest of the show. Hey boys, hope you had a good Christmas. I found out my girl's tracking my Google. No, wait, that's about right. I found out my girl's been tracking me through Google on my phone when I'm out with the lads. Should I confront her? It's crazy, right? Yes, that is crazy.
That
Should
is
be
crazy.
tracking no
When we
one.
got that email, I checked my phone.
I don't know how you do it through Google.
I have no idea. I went onto it. I can find where you can see your locations on, like your Google Gmail account,
Right.
but it doesn't give you like a live feed. If you know what I mean, it just shows where you've been. But now I've turned off my notification. I've turned off my location to Google. Now I know that they know where I've been.
I'm just trying to put in your name to see if it'll give me anything. No. Oh, maybe if I Google it. How do you track someone with Google?
Sure, it was like manage Google account. Then you go on to. So she must know his password.
When someone shares their location with you, you can find them on your map. Add your Android or tablet, open Google Maps, tap on your profile, location share, tap the profile on the person that you want to find to update the person's location.
Here we go.
So
So on data and privacy on your Google account,
yeah,
you can go on to location history, which I've now paused. I've paused it on 2 Men as well. It comes up location history, so she might be tracking him that way. That's the only way I could think, other than what you just said, that she might have shared it as to herself or something.
Oh yeah, you can do location sharing. Share your real-time location with friends and family. They can see where you are and share your across Google apps and services. Yeah,
That's
so she
good.
might have gone onto your phone, turned on location sharing, and then followed you that way. But then everyone can follow you that way. That is mental, I think. But then that's come from bad relationship history, right?
Yeah.
So this is a definite like serious conversation and being like understanding and be like, look, if you've had problems with people in the past, I understand that, but I don't. That doesn't show respect to me, and I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, and you don't respond well to being like checked up on.
Yeah, because you're basically being accused of something you've never intended on doing.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's fucked up. You shouldn't do that. And on the other hand, if you have cheated on her and she's taken you back, then absolutely you should be tracked.
Yeah, I was just about to say, do we know any history? Is this a new listener?
No, they messaging loads. I don't think they're a bad.
There's been no relationship issues. It's not our character that seems to jump between women.
No.
Okay, so yeah, until we get a bit of history on, and unless we find out something different from your history and you haven't cheated on the girl, then yes, by far she's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever had a listener that's like me.
Openly admitted it.
Yeah, like that's the only situation where like if you're got like a second chance and that makes her feel comfortable into tracking you, then suck it up. You're going to get tracked. But if it's out of the blue, because didn't we have the guy from Wales? He met that woman and she was like completely opposite to and she wanted like his phone and stuff like that. Like she would accidentally take his phone to work.
Yes.
Like that's mental.
That is mental.
But yeah, like I said, like this has come from past relationships where she's been like cheated on and she doesn't feel like she can trust anyone, and you've got a thing, and you could say to her, "Look, I'm happy for you to track me if I'm going out because on the other hand, if anything happens, she knows where you are. But
Mm.
like, it can't be secret, and it has to be on a time that I agree for you to be doing it."
Yeah, like if she worried about your well being on a night out, like you're known to go too crazy, or whatever, and you're willing to do it, then it should have been a conversation you've had anyway.
Yeah,
It shouldn't have been you find out that she's tracking you.
yeah. But that's
I
what
would
it's the
lose my
conversation.
nut. I
Yeah,
would
no, fuck that.
completely lose my nut.
Yeah, I'd be very, very upset.
Mm.
But yeah, it's like there's no if like this is a past friendship, there's no way she's just going to be able to turn it off. Which is why I say you need to like ease off of it.
Mm.
So if she feels that makes her comfortable when you're out, and you can still go out, and you're obviously not up to anything, then it shouldn't be a problem. But it's definitely something that should never be doing like in private. I'm tracking you. That's just mental.
Yeah, definitely. We should be like spoken about and out in the open.
Yeah, I don't think I could handle shit like that.
I'd be paranoid, man. I'd be like, if I'm standing next to a strip club just by chance,
Yeah, like you've walked past one.
yeah, and they're like, what? You get
Where
a
are you
phone
at
call,
now?
or she's in the taxi. Do you remember? Do you remember that Sun Sex and Suspicious Parents? And they'd be like hanging around in like a fucking taxi, like 10 minutes down the road, and they're like the sun's in Magaluf, and like the parents are like in a taxi, like peeking out the window, going like this. Like, oh, there he is. There, he's getting a bit drunk on the strip. And I was like, yeah, he's in Magaluf. He should be having sex with like 3 different women this week, and you're fucking watching him the whole time.
No, I've never heard that before.
It used to be on BBC Three. It was an absolutely brilliant program. And then, like right at the last day of the kids' holiday, he's like literally just turned 18, gone his first lads' holiday or girl, and the parents walk into like where they're having lunch. I was like, I've seen everything you've done this week, and then the kid gets really angry because obviously they've realised they've been having sex with Ryan from Leeds and shit like that, and that's how I imagine this girlfriend. Like I would be standing outside a strip club because it's near the nightclub or something, having a smoke, and then I turn around and she's like peeking out of the back of a black cab, just looking at me.
It's not to do with tracking, but there was this guy that we knew who was going out with this absolute mental bird, and she'd rung the police to say that he'd like beaten the fuck out of her. Well, no, that's not happened. She had fallen over. We were on a night out because I remember, like, say he hadn't beaten her. She'd fallen over, hurt herself really badly. He'd taken her to hospital, stayed with her, took her back to her house. The family accused him of beating her up, so they phoned the police. She said nothing. And like when they turned up, she basically just let it happen. He got arrested, spent the night in jail.
Fucking hell.
And they were like, don't go anywhere near her. And then it was like 2 hours later, she was at his house. I'm like, you're a fucking nut job, mate. Like, she called the police on you, like them and the family. Like, you just disconnect that completely.
Yeah. That would have been a block and delete.
Yeah, she's in his fucking bed like 3 hours later.
What do guys do for fucking female attention, man?
Yeah. That's just him being desperate, I think. Yeah, I mean, she was a fucking off her nut. I can't remember her name. Doesn't matter. But yeah, it's definitely a serious conversation. But don't go in like hot headed. Like I said, this could be scarring from a previous relationship, and you need to be a little bit understanding as well, even if it is a break of trust.
Definitely.
Yeah. So be a little bit understanding, but it's definitely a serious conversation. You know what I mean? And like I said, if you want to work on it together, it's not going to be a quick fix. But if you're not up to anything, but the same thing when I say to people that are like, I don't want to get this because the government's tracking me. It's like, well, unless you're doing something you shouldn't be, what does it fucking matter?
Yeah, yeah. Like when people were like scared of fucking COVID vaccine and shit.
Yeah, yeah. Or they won't go and the government's doing this. It's like, well, if they want to watch me, have a shit and have a nap and go to work, then good on them.
If the government are involved in I've got about 30 different devices in my house. They could be tracking me at all times.
Yeah, and they do whatever they fucking like. What does it matter? You
Mm.
wanna watch me while I'm watching something disgusting? Go right ahead.
You want to watch me wank over a stiletto? Go ahead.
So funny. I don't know why my first reaction is how is he doing it? Like why is that the first thing I'm trying to think of?
Just sliding his shaft down into the footwell.
No, it's got to be the other way, right? So like, because you got the open toes, he's going in, so then it bends upwards. It goes in the front and up the back.
That's one way to lose your fucking. What was it called on the other episode? Banjo.
Ripping his banjo.
Oh, could you imagine going into the doctors and you've got a stiletto attached to your dick and there's no banjo, just bleeding everywhere?
I don't know why in my head I think to myself, like, because it's a shoe, he's not gonna be laying on the bed. He's gonna be squat down. So it's like feet level, and she's just burst into him bollock naked, doing a frog.
What if he's putting the actual pointy bit of the shoe up his bum?
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, we're crossing emails here. Yeah, let us know how it goes. I'm sure it'll be okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just a uncomfortable conversation that will be over as quick as you can get it done.